Nice world videos. We're in Torrevieja, Costa Blanca, and we're in Calle Antonio Machado, the main bus road where the bus station is, and we're going to be talking all about the latest news and the Spanish crisis. Got a major problem right now, so we're going to discuss that, and we're going to give you all the updates of what's been going on this week. So we're going to take a walk along this road and we're going to explain all what's been going on. But yeah, Spain's in a lot of crisis at this moment in time, and it's all to do with this major drought, as well as the other things going on in the news about speeding motorists and burglaries on the Costa Blanca and all the other important news we're going to discuss. But first of all, Spain at the moment is in a big problem with a drought, and it's all started up down in Andalusia, which was part to do with a farmers' protest at the beginning with lack of water and other facilities. I did mention before we had boats going from Cartagena full of water going down into Andalusia, but we got more problems now in the north of Spain, in Barcelona. They're already on some kind of hose pipe ban and water restrictions. But yeah, it's got quite bad up there. We've got it affecting now Tenerife Island, and Tenerife reckons the conditions are not going to change. Things are only going to get worse. We need lots of rainfall to cure, because they've had lots of forest fires and all sorts going on the Canary Islands, where they've had to use plenty of water. But yeah, we've in big problems at the moment, and could be more restrictions coming in at Murcia. As from March, they reckon if we don't get much more rainfall, there could be more restrictions down in Murcia. So we've got it up in the north of Spain, this extraordinary drought, and experts predicting it's not going to get any better. So they called it an actually emergency on the 1st of February up in north of Spain, in Seville and Cordoba, and they're not predicting it getting any better, like I say. So yeah, not pretty good, eh? It can only get worse unless we start getting some rain, because this drought is getting out of control at the moment. It's affecting a lot of regions and it's spreading. Also, what's been going on in the news, we've had a Belgian driver last week bombing along 200 miles per hour down the AP7 heading towards Alicante. Unfortunately for him, the police were out doing their speed checks with their radar guns, and he got caught doing this extraordinary speed, and could be severe punishments coming to him. I mean, they're talking about that he could go to prison for 3 to 6 months, or a big massive fine. So he's going to have his motor license taken away also for more than a year, even up to 4 years, depending on what the court decides. Prison, license taken away, banned for driving to 1 to 4 years. I think you deserve it, really. Anyone that starts speeding at 200 kilometres a mile, absolutely outrageous. Popsy nutters, I call them, absolutely nutters. Don't care for anybody else on the road. It's disgraceful. There you go, it's Torrevieja terminal there, and that's super duper busy this morning. 12 o'clock in February, sun's out, 22 degrees, hustly bustly. I told you about this station. You can go anywhere here, get your tickets over at the tickets office, a little cafeteria, and all queuing up, a little bus stop. Bus takes you straight here to Torrevieja airport. I've mentioned lots of times, but you can get anywhere from here, basically anywhere in Orihuela, Alicante, Guadalajara, up to Bilbao, Madrid, all sorts of coaches go from this place. Yeah, got toilets as well. Busy little bus station, I'll tell you. From the airport, it comes on every hour, so if you wanted to get one of these coaches from the airport, it doesn't stop. It takes about 45 minutes, €7 straight here on a bus. Yeah, chill out at the cafe while you're waiting. So this is Torrevieja, I say, hustling bustling in February. Also, we've got lots of other things happening in the news as well lately. We've got the electricity now. Since the electricity on the oil and all that in Ukraine, it's all started to bring down the electricity bills. The government in Spain actually reduced the VAT on the bills down from 21% down to 10% while there was a shortage. But now that all it's coming down, so now the government's decided to put the VAT back up to full whack. It's going to be back up to 21% on your electricity bills. So where it was subsidised before, down to 10. because it's dropped, it's going back up to 21, so you're going to start seeing an increase in your bills again. Now we're paying the full VAT rate, but Sanchez did say if it does go out of control again and it starts rising the utility bills, he will drop the VAT again down to 10%. Also, as you can see there, you've got Mercadona. Well, a lot's been going on with these supermarkets, with what was going on with the same thing really, with the war in Ukraine, and the prices all increasing, going through the roof. The government actually reduced the VAT on the essentials, the fruit, the veg, the milk, and all sorts of things like that, and the main essential things you need. They made sure that they reduced the VAT for the supermarkets, but they're in a lot of bit of trouble because there's only one that's been going by the rules. It's Mercadona, and Mercadona are being the good ones about it. Well, I did find them the cheapest supermarket in Spain, to be truthful, a lot cheaper than the other ones that consumes. The Aldis and the Lidls, I find them very, very reasonable and very good for fresh produce. But the other ones are all in trouble. The Alcantos, the Lidls, the Aldis, all the other big supermarkets, the hyper stores, they're all in big trouble because they haven't been passing the cost of the reduction onto the customers. They wasn't lowering the prices, they were staying the same. So now they're going to be hit with a £100,000 fine, and in some cases, depending on how long it's been happening, it could be up to 6 times that amount of money. I mean, probably won't affect these supermarkets, they make tons of money as it is, but they're going to be hit with this hefty fine for not passing on the price reduction and lowering the prices of the food. Also, what else has been happening? Well, down in Seville, because of the massive tourists flocking to the old Plaza España square where all the main attractions are, and it's getting so busy, they're thinking of putting a little charge on people entering this little town square. And to control the amount of people visiting, they're thinking of putting a charge on to visit all these tourist spots. So that's not going to be good for the tourists. More money they're going to pay out for something that's normally free. So if they get their way, they're going to be charging you to enter the famous square to visit all the famous landmarks and the pretty churches and everything in Plaza España. That's up in Seville. And also in the news this week, the old famous Rucksack burglar has appeared again. It's been going on for about a year now. They call him the Rucksack burglar because he goes around with a rucksack and he breaks into the homes at night. Well, the locals were in uproar about this Rucksack burglar because it was only last week again he hit his stroke 2:30 in the morning. The lady woke up when her alarm started going off, and then she rushed down only to just see him disappearing in the background with a rucksack. So she didn't actually catch him at the act, even though she was well prepared with her batons to give him a good hiding. He actually escaped, the police come, but still we haven't got a proper description of this person, and he's still wanted, but they're all going mental in Playa Flamenca on the Orihuela Costa Blanca, because what they're saying is the police are not doing enough to catch this person. It's been going on for a year. The mysterious rucksack burglar. Overall on the Orihuela Costa, the Costa Blanca, you don't really hear about a lot of crime happening. It's pretty good. I mean, the last time I heard of someone breaking into an house, that was a good few years ago on the Costa Blanca, and the police were there in no time and actually caught him. But very rarely these things happen at night. You mainly get the odd squatter trying to get into an house that's been vacant. They go around checking, like most areas I suppose. But in Orihuela Costa and the Costa Blanca, got so many holiday homes, they just stake them out. But they're pretty quick, the police here, they're on it straight away. We've got more police than anywhere. We doubled the police force in England, and also we have the army if they need it. They don't mess about out here, that's for sure. You see them flying around, you call the police, they'll be there in 5 or 10 minutes. There's no one that report a crime. They're there in force with guns. No one messes about with them, and you don't dare give them any back chat either, because they'll give you a good clip round the ear hole. If you've never been to Torrevieja before, it's got lovely, lovely bars down every back street. Proper tapas bars, cheap as chips really. Also got tons and tons of lovely restaurants. like I said to you before, got a few videos of all lovely restaurants in Torre. Be doing plenty more. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, don't cost nothing to subscribe. You just get notified when the next video pops along. Also, we got in the news of this 10% price increase right now put on their bookings for holidays, flights and everything because of these planes that were getting built by Boeing. As you know, a few weeks ago one of the doors blew off or it was a window off the side of a plane. So Boeing are being a lot stricter with their checks and making sure everything's okay, and it's delayed of all these planes he's ordered, and because of the delay of the planes it's taking longer than it should. His profit's going to be down from 205 million down to 200 million, and it's going to hurt his pocket. So Mr. O'Leary said he's going to have to pass on the money he's losing because of the delay. So now you're going to be paying 10% on your bookings on your planes to fly. There's always something in there. If it ain't all, it's something else. Any excuse to put the price up. As we know, I mentioned before, he done that deal with Sanchez about these new routes he's putting on, 700 new routes going into Spain. And in the deal, Sanchez said he weren't going to interfere with Ryanair's policies of increasing the OAN luggage. Like I said before, yeah, he could have nagged on that in the deal and said, look, you need to sort out the prices, you know, you're making it tougher with people to take on a little hand luggage and charging a fortune for a carry-on. But Sanchez says he weren't going to interfere with the policies. He was just happy to do the deal with Mr. O'Leary, keep him happy and get all these planes coming to Spain and create these new routes and boost the economy here. As you know, since Brexit, it has slowed down on the Brits, but we've had all the Norwegians and the Scandinavians and the Germans and all the other nationalities buying over here, so the property is still booming here. Property is still going fast as it ever was before, so it hasn't affected the property market. In fact, it's going up every time. Every year it's increasing because Spain is the #1 destination. You want to get here, you can get here on cheap flights with all these European countries with the easy jets and the Ryanairs and the Jet 2s. You can get to this place within a few hours and guaranteed beautiful sunshine 360 days a year. Living the dream on the Costa Blanca, Spain. And just before I sign off, with one little note, there's a chemist here just across the road here on Calle Antonio Machado. There you go, nice big chemist there that actually can get, if you really need, antibiotics, because in Spain they stopped it all in all the pharmacies out here, and it has to be a prescription. Before you used to be able to go in any pharmacy pick up antibiotics, but in this one here I've actually been in there without a prescription and picked up some antibiotics. So if you do need them, you can come down and get it, and they're open on a Sunday as well, and I think they might even be 24 hours. I'm not 100% sure on that, but great information if you need antibiotics. Hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to check my next video out, and I'll post a video up there for you to check.